Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope that everybody's doing well. If you have not been on my channel before, welcome. My name is Mike. I like to do, streams where I do gesture drawing and other fundamentals and things of that nature. And that's what we'll be doing today. I'm going to be doing gesture drawing. What's up, Peter? Chum boy, how's everybody doing? So I'll be doing some gestures from reference. If y'all have ideas on what you would like to see in a stream, hey, what's up, Locke? Uh, like in the near future, just tell me. I'm open to doing other things as well. I like to do gestures on stream because it's kind of like my warm up before I get started doing some other stuff, anyways. So, it's great, and I think gestures are really, really, really important if you want to be a character artist. So, um, I do have everything 100% set up today. So I'm proud of myself. We'll be able to just jump right into it. Um, and let's get going. I'd like to see gesture from, I can't really see what that last word is, from human reference. Ah, I see what you mean. Instead of me doing references of drawings, I could do that. So I have like a dead pixel. I know y'all can't see it, but there's a dead pixel right there, and it's driving me nuts. I did reach out to Huion about it to see, like, they should replace this because I just bought it a couple of months ago. But it's driving me batty. And it's very small, it's very tiny, but like it's still like it's driving me insane. But I have not seen great reviews on Huion's support and stuff. So we shall see how that goes. Hope that y'all are all doing well, as always. Let's see. Okay, I'm pretty happy with this one. This is coming slightly towards us. So is this one. Away. Away. Alright. Or I'd like to see finished drawings or colorings. I could do that too. That's something I need to just kind of practice anyways. What would be fun to do is do longer gestures and do what you're saying. Like maybe just have like a 45-minute stream, and it's like I spend 5 minutes on the gesture, 5 minutes on pen work and just like inking it, and then 5 minutes on coloring, even if it's just flat tones. That would be very helpful for me, actually. As always, any questions that y'all have, please feel free to ask. That's why I do these streams. I enjoy answering questions that people have and just communicating with you in general. So any comments you have too, whether it's on topic or not, are perfectly fine with me, as long as they're appropriate. I would really like to see live your process from the beginning to the end. Okay, I could do that. So one thing I am not afraid to admit is I haven't done too many finished pieces in the past several months. That's something I've been working towards. But once I get my process down, I'll definitely do that video. A big part of that though has just been like I'm preparing for a manga. So like right now, like right after this, my plan is to continue working on like the style in which I want to draw my faces and stuff, and just working on my construction of faces in particular, because this is my process for constructing a body, right? So I'm not gonna change this at all, really. Like there's no need to, because this is basically all that you would need to create a decent body anyways. So I'm not worried about this part. It's going to be the face in particular and things of that nature that I'll have to work on. But yeah, I will definitely do that process at some point for y'all. It's also really great, and Peter, that both Peter and Locke, that y'all are asking for something like that, because I think like workflow is like really underrated, I think, as like a topic of conversation. I think even some professionals like kind of are like, well, your workflow is just whatever you decide to make it, and that's true, right? But like sometimes your workflow can really like hinder. I never noticed that his hand was back here like this. It's crazy. I'm just now noticing that. But like your workflow can either greatly help you or greatly hinder your drawing experience, and like it is such a vital part, specifically for like manga artists, to like have like a workflow that you come to and like keep going back to. And yeah, you're gonna change it as you go, but it's so important because, sorry, the next one's getting ready to come up. Okay, this one's good. It's like super important because you have to do it a lot, like over and over and over again. Do you do a lot of line work practice for your manga? I have been as of recently, yes, because I have found that like my lines sometimes aren't as controlled as I would like them to be. So Locke, for me, what I've been doing, and I'm probably going to do it today, I've been slacking a little bit on it the past couple of days, but what I've been doing actually is just the line control exercise from term 1 of Mark Bernay's school. I've been doing that. Like I try to do that every day, or not every day, but like multiple times in a week. And like even on this, like I'm trying the best that I can to use like flowing lines instead of like short choppy lines. All right. Yo, what's up, Coop? Synth Lizard, what's going on? And this is one thing that I just did that people tend to forget to do pretty frequently, and that is drawing through. I do it sometimes too. Like, drawing through is such an important process for you. Like, don't just try to draw the other end of things without drawing through. So important. And I know it sounds silly and it's like, oh well, of course, but trust me, like, you'll get into a situation in which you're like realizing that you're not, and it's gonna look off, and you'll be like, why does this look so wonky? And then you'll realize, like, oh my gosh, because I didn't draw through, and now this isn't in the correct spot or whatever. So important. You don't want to go to class. What class are you avoiding today, Coop? Where's this dude's arm at? Okay. This is one thing that I just consistently get wrong, is like head placement in poses like this. His head is more like nobody does. Professor said we could do it online this week, and I'm praying he doesn't decide in person physics lab. Hopefully you don't have to go in. Is your Hoop, do you live on campus or no? I'm guessing not. We have a short break, and then we'll get going again. Okay. Yep. Commuting to school was not fun when I was in grad school. I mean, it wasn't that bad, to be honest with you, for me, just because I was able to take a train in, and I got a lot of reading done. I read all of Full Metal Alchemist when I was using the train. Kind of miss it in some ways, but yeah, it's still not fun, because it's like, it takes up more of your day than you would like. And I would assume that's especially true for people like you, who like was in school during COVID. like the need for college that's like portrayed for the US versus like other countries. Like I'm sure like what in Australia, like how difficult would it be to get a decent job just not going to college? Yeah, no. That's the big part. I'm in so much debt from college. It's absurd how much debt I'm in. It's like I bought a house, which is absurd to think about. Um, was it worth it? Uh, for me, yes, just because I'm doing something that's as my full-time job right now, I'm doing something that I really wanted to do, which is help people. Like I really enjoy helping people like feel like they're taking control of their own lives and things of that nature. So for me, yes, but I can see like for a lot of other people, the answer to that question is probably no. Like I couldn't imagine doing like doing what I did, for instance, having as much debt as I have and not enjoying at all like the job that you have, because there are people in this world that that happens to. And then like the bad part about that is like now you feel obligated to continue doing something that makes you feel miserable because you've paid so much money into it. And I think that's the worst part. And I've been trying to tell, like, I try to tell people if they start feeling that way that you shouldn't. Like, just because you invested a lot of money into something doesn't mean that you're stuck with it for the rest of your life and you need to now be miserable because of that. Like, nah, make sure you're doing something that you enjoy. Life is too short to worry so much about money that you're scared to attempt to make a change for yourself, you know? Yo, I appreciate it. Papa Bingles. I like that name. The fun one. And welcome. I haven't seen, I'm sure that you've probably seen a video, but I haven't seen you on a stream yet, so welcome. Appreciate the love. Um, Perfect. That's what I like to hear. That's the hope on the channel and during the streams is that people feel like they can draw along. That was one of my favorite things to do when I used to like watch YouTubers and stuff. Like art streamers. It's one of my favorite things. So I'm glad to be that person for you. For people that want to be character artists, I would recommend you do this like anytime you're getting ready to draw a character, like a full-blown character. You should start your day off with doing just a few. You don't have to do as many as I'm doing. I like doing extra for streams, but you want to at least start off with 5-6 minutes of gesture drawing. I like to do about 10. That feels like a good warm-up for me. I mean, this is pretty accurate to the reference where the head currently is, but I do think I'm going to push it in just a little bit. Alright. Next one. I'm not sure how many left we have. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I think this is the last one. And then I'll move over to hands. Later on this week, maybe my next stream, I can reveal like the style that I'll probably be working with. It'll change as I go because I'll get better at drawing as I create my manga. But I will I'll do a little baby reveal, maybe with a fully colored like set of like characters, like maybe 1 or 2. Either I would say at the end of this week or maybe next. This one's okay. The difference that I'm seeing is not quite that. My characters aren't quite like that. That is one thing that I need to like figure out where I'm gonna stand like morally, is like, do I do some fan service stuff with like some of the women, even though it's kind of against how I am as a person and how I feel, or do I not? How can you determine the planes on the midsection circles with those turning figures? I'm trying to, let me think here. Determine the planes on the midsection circles with the turning figures. Can you ask a little bit more about what you would want? I'm not certain if you're saying, like, asking how can I determine, like, for instance, like where the chest is going versus the hips, or sorry. Y'all seen the GTA 6 trailer yet? I saw a little bit of it. I haven't seen all of it yet. It looks like a beautiful game. Or are you asking, Synthless, or are you asking like the literal planes on the midsection? Like, for instance, if I were to go to light it, where the front and where the sides? So, okay, it's a great question. So, for me, I like to do the midsection like this, and everybody has their different way of drawing, like torsos and things of that nature. So I know from about here to about here on this other side, and I can do it as a dotted line. So let me finish this rib cage up. It's a very bad rib cage, but you'll understand my point at the very least. So rib cage is gonna be something like this, right? So I know from here on the rib cage on this side, and then like behind over to that, this is right in here, the side. So after I've turned past this point on the rib cage, I know that we are now looking at the side of the body. I like to put this circle here because this can twist independently and tilt independently of the pelvic region. Right? So like how I have it right now is that this is tilted this way and this is tilted this way, and the circle reminds me of that. That's why I like to draw it as a circle. But as far as the front and the sides, like, I think for me, it's like hard because I think for me, like, I have enough of an understanding of anatomy to know, like, okay, really the arm is going to kind of come out right in here. And these are the spots for the legs for me. So, like, I know, like, no sooner it gets to where the arm is, we have the side, but I understand also, like, okay, so I'm gonna also get here, I'm gonna get the pecs, then we're gonna have the shoulder muscles, the delts, all that stuff's in there, and then it just becomes a little bit, I don't know, for me it just makes sense. Now if you have more trouble with like more round shapes, then I would recommend that you use like a blockier shape to help you. So like I've seen some people just use like RoboBean, for instance, if you watch Proco, which I'm sure most of y'all do. Some people use RoboBean to like help them out a bit. So like you can do something like that and know that this is the front and this is the front. But that's why I do, like, I don't know, for me the midline for the rib cage becomes the sternum in the front, and then RoboCop, the sternum in the front, and then like kind of where the nice, yep. I guess that's another answer to your question, is understanding landmarks. So like landmarks in the body that are important are I'll do both the front and back view for you. Ugh, what type of rib cage is that? I don't know what I'm drawing right now. Why am I doing that? There it goes. It's a little better. So, things that are really important. Sternum, clavicles. And then, like, let me think. For the front, where the rib cage is, kind of the most important parts. And of course, like, you do have the ribs that, you know, are going to wrap around. But those are, like, the most important parts for the front. And then in the back, you have also your scapulas, which are super important. I guess the other really important one is like the belly button for the front view. So that's important. And then in the back as well, you're gonna have I can't remember what this is called. The septum, maybe? Coccyx? Is it the coccyx? Basically your tailbone. So, like, if you look at, like a nude model, for instance, and I can kind of show you what I mean here. Let's see here. Let's see if I can get that in so you can actually, like, see. Perfect. So, like, right here is where the tailbone is, and it makes this triangular shape. That's really important to be able to find on the body when you're looking, because that will tell you, like, okay, that's the midpoint of the back of the body, of the back of the pelvis. So you'll know that that's the back. And then you get, like, you're gonna get something. Let me think, how does that back part go after that? Kind of wraps up like this, I believe. And then you get the glutes back here that are kind of like, end up shaped like a butterfly. This is kind of how you can tell if somebody is actually studying anatomy or if they are just kind of faking it, because you can just kind of draw the glutes. You can just kind of draw the glutes like that, which is pretty accurate. Or you see a lot of people and they just make it a bubble and that's it. Anyways, so you get all this stuff. So all these landmarks are really important, long story short. So, like, that one, which is, again, I'll just say the tailbone. The shoulder blade. You also get the spine, which is super important, of course. But that helps you. So anything that you're seeing, if you see, for instance, like, you can get a pelvis shape that's like this, right? And if you get that, okay, this is going to be, you're gonna have like a midline somewhere around this section. This is technically the back, and this is going to be the side of that pelvic region. So that becomes, like, important to know, like, okay, those are those landmarks. That's really important for me to know. I need to make sure that when I'm drawing, okay, like, the sun's coming this way. If I'm going to shade this is going to be light. And for the most part, this is going to be in the shade, right? So just stuff like that. Hopefully that helped. Sorry, I know I went off on a tangent, but that's why I can do these shapes like this in my brain. Like, I kind of automatically know, okay, for instance here, from about here to here is going to be the front of this rib cage, and these are the sides over there, right? You know, this is the front of the pelvic region, this is the side here, and then if I'm doing the midpoint for the legs, for instance, I'll know that this is going to be my midpoint here. The back midpoint for this one is going to be here. So the total opposite side of this is going to be the other midpoint. I know that we have this, like, for our knee, for instance. We have is that the tibia, the bone that kind of like separates here and goes down, and then you get on this side and this side. So you get something like this for the lower leg, and this, like I said, this is the knee. So I know that that line right there signifies the front, and it's kind of triangular shaped. So for instance, like, you're gonna get shading that kind of goes like this, it hits the front, and then you can get probably like a nice little line right here of this section's going to be kind of in the light if it's coming straight at it, and then it's going to taper off again on this side. All right, so just stuff like that. So like for this, I know that this is going to be the front, probably should have a little bit on the side here, and then around here is where the calf muscle is, so that's kind of like a side view. So just stuff like that, just knowing your landmarks. Sorry, I went off on a long tangent on that one. Synth Lizard, you got me going on that. Sorry, probably gave you way more than you bargained for. All right, let's do some hands. Hello, mouse. There it goes. All right. So I just need to clear the folder and do hands. I will do a set of 5 hands, and then we'll wrap up for today. Let's do custom, edit. Whoa, what's going on here? Hello. I think my program is glitching. Yeah, weird. Sorry guys, just give me 1 minute. I guess you don't need landmarks because there's planes on the hips and torso. I would say yes and no. I think that yes, there are planes, but you're only going to get, which is fine. Like, this is perfectly fine. I'm not saying that this is a problem, but for your planes like this, the problem that you'll eventually run into is that you have to learn the landmarks, because this is good for the big details, but after that, like, your medium to small details, you're not going to be able to find without understanding the landmarks. And also, like, when you're doing gesture drawing, the landmarks, like, you're not looking at a figure that is a box. You're looking at something that's going to be more like this, so the landmarks will help you create the box. So, like, I know, like, here and here are going to be like the edges of the clavicles before they start to come back, so it'll be like here and here, and I know that this line is going to be exactly where the sternum is, and then you'll get something like this. Yeah, so yes and no. So yes for bigger details, no for smaller details, I would say. And again, this is just my humble opinion. I don't know what's going on with my gesture drawing application, so sorry, give me 1 second, people. You know what? can't even like right click on it. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and do references from without like timing myself, which I guess can be helpful because the program has just decided it does not want to work anymore, and it won't let me close it either. Gesture poses, stream hands. Alright, let's do it. Start off with a nice relaxed hand. Alright, that's one hand done. You like how affordable it is, and is there a stream tomorrow? I probably won't stream tomorrow. I think my next stream will be this weekend. I'll probably post by tomorrow when my next stream is. I don't like the way that I constructed this hand, so we're going to try again. Alright, so the halfway point here, and we're going to get 2 fingers probably right about here. So 2 fingers here and 2 fingers around here. Alright, so we shall go here. There. We will go here. Here. Okay, we're all happy with that now. We shall make this a little bit more ovular. Probably this. Oops. That's not correct. Alright, it's not perfect, but we'll rock with it for now. And move on to the next hand. That would be fun. I'd watch that. Good old Spider Coop stream. Which hand should I do next? Let's do... Let's do this one. Fortunately, no streams for me. My Mac would probably explode if I tried. Coop, I'm still waiting for the next installment of the Stickman Chronicles. Is that old? Oh, is it that old? It's a recent one. Well, the next installment is reboot, hopefully the last one. Nice. That's what I like to hear. Right. Let's get some of the details in here. Cool. The only thing I don't like about this one is like the wrist seems a little wonky at this angle, so it should probably be like that. All right, and what is this, the third one? Third, yeah, 2 more. I have no idea how long I've been spending on these, but no rush. Let's do a fist. All right. Kind of hard just to just work on it itself since it's part of a series. That's true. I can understand that. All right, I'm cool with that. And we shall do the last hand, which I'll end it with this hand. So I've done a lot of like, I've chosen to do a lot of like relaxed hands like these. And the reason for that is because it's what you're probably going to be drawing the most. So it's important to make sure you're practicing what you are going to draw and not just practicing random things. Unless, of course, you know, you want to just draw random things. There's nothing wrong with that. I do try to make each thing stand alone, but if there has to be some stuff that goes in between each one, so. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Like, it should, all stories should be that way. I think that's a sign of a good writer there, Coop. Is that, like, you make your stories and chapters and things, like, as if they can stand alone, but they're part of a series. That's exactly what you want to do. All right, just get some that in there. All right, so this is what we got done for today. Some good stuff. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Yeah, like it's always great here. Let me duplicate this so it's easier to see. It's always great hanging out with y'all and getting some warm-up drawings in. I appreciate all of your support. Hopefully for those of you who had questions and things, hopefully it was helpful me answering them. But yeah, I'll keep y'all updated on the webcomic stuff. Like I said, I've been working on finishing up a style, just making sure I have that situated. Thank you for the hearts. And I think by probably, like, I would say at the very latest, next week, I'll be able to show y'all something, but I'm hoping I can get that done this week as well. But I will post tomorrow when the next stream will be. I think this weekend. I'm just not sure exactly the time of it. But yeah, I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. And I will catch you in the next stream. Peace. Love y'all.